She has to go live that way?
Should I comment?
It's wanting me to.
Your comment.
Yeah, we can do that. We can work with that.
I might have to restart it.
No problem.
Hello, thank you guys. We have some technical difficulties, but cause see when I turn it this way, can you see? Can you check?
Anyone see?
Can you see
It's not going.
Flip it the other way?
Here, if you want to just rotate it
So wait,
the other
rotate
way,
it the other
I'll
way.
yeah.
We'll just have
Yes,
to look at
rotate this.
Yeah.
But no, but it's
Don't
but when
flip the
I
lock screen.
no, but when you rotate it, it says that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's just put it back and then
Oh, it's
I'll
on.
figure
It's
it out.
on?
Wait.
Live? Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's like this though.
No,
No.
go the other way. You got it right.
It's fixed itself.
It's fine.
It's fixed itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Should we?
No, wait, should we go that way? Should we
You
go
look
that way?
amazing.
I think
Hold
it's
on.
fine
Do you want
with
to try
that.
it? Okay, let's see if it fixes.
Waiting a little way.
No.
No, so we have to. Is it
Am I-
only
am
live
I-
vertical?
Am I right side up?
Oh, good.
Yeah, we might just have to go vertical.
I really
Yeah.
want
We're gonna go vertical.
So.
I think
We are
it's
gonna-
also delayed.
All
It is
right.
vertical.
In
I'll go
three.
Not that I'm never.
Wait, are we good?
We're just going vertical. Yep. Let's go.
And three.
That's upside down.
Two.
It's upside down. But it's also delayed.
Hi everyone! If I'm upside down, I'm so sorry, but it's my
We're gonna
birthday
fix it.
and where's Peter?
There, fixed, right?
Birthday Peter's birthday!
Woo!
We have some technical difficulties right now, but as soon as we get them figured out, we will be right here.
I got it.
Give us 30 seconds.
Okay, that should be fine.
Should be good.
Oh, it's way lower.
Flip it the other Alright, vertical. so
We have to go vertical.
Yeah, we gotta keep it vertical.
Cool.
we are
It's all good.
Okay, we
How
are
does it look
vertical.
on your screen, Paige?
Yeah, we're just gonna
Well,
put
why
it
don't we
right
just
there.
keep it
Right there is
on?
good.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, wait.
And we're back.
We're back!
We're back.
We're back!
We're back.
We're back!
This is very professional.
Okay, everyone, welcome to 30 Fire! I accidentally brought spicy tequila earlier, so that does not feel good. And yes, that is real tequila, not water. All right, so we have some wonderful acts for you tonight. But first, I would like to describe exactly why you're here tonight, and that's to donate money for a mutual aid fund that I'm really passionate about because I am the daughter of a wildfire fire. Really hard to say once you put spicy tequila in your mouth. And fighting wildfires, sorry, isn't as easy as it looks. And we're here to help.
That's really easy.
And we're here to help these people get the pay that they deserve. There's a lot of incarcerated persons, specifically juveniles, there goes a nail, that are here fighting the wildfires in Los Angeles, our sister city. We have a bunch of New Yorkers here tonight. A lot of them are here to help raise money. So, how can you raise money? Well, first, you can call this number right up here and make a pledge. So, let's walk over and see who you're going to be talking to. Over here, we have Hamburger Helper Catherine. Wow. So sexy. We love her. She will be here awaiting your call. You can call and make a pledge, and she will give you instructions on exactly how to donate. Another very easy way to donate is you can go into the chat and say, hey, I'm donating this much, and you can easily Venmo 30 FIRE. That's 30-FIRE. Yes, 30-FIRE at your Venmo. Or you can just Zelle me directly. And another way to donate is just to go to the mutual aid directly on my Instagram, which I have yet to say. The mutual aid is the Anti-Recidivism Coalition. They are a great organization in Los Angeles who are helping these kids who are fighting these wildfires get money that they deserve. Okay, without further ado, let's do some birthday celebrations. It's my 30 Fire birthday, and so is Peter's. Come on up, Peter.
Come on, yeah.
All right, so we already have our first caller over here. Second thing that we're going to do is if you are in the chat right now and would like to play a game, I will Venmo you $1 right now for every question you're able to get about Peter and his day of birth. What is that crying?
Street cat.
That's New York City for you.
Yeah.
All right, so Peter here was born on the same day as me, so we're going to ask him some questions, and you're going to answer in the chat first. If you're able to answer before him, I will Venmo you $1 right now. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
First question, Peter, what time of the day were you born? Morning, afternoon, or night? And we'll give them a pause to answer in the chat. So go ahead, put your answer in the chat.
We got a night from Paige Walker.
It's working.
Morning, afternoon.
All right. What time of day were you born?
6:15 p.m.
Whoa!
Paige Walker.
Drain that bank
All
account.
right. We're going to drain that bank account tonight. All right. One more question for you, Peter. All right. How many hours of labor was your mother in? Was it over or under 10?
Wow.
Give him a question. Over or under 10 hours? Go ahead. Answer in the chat. All right, Peter.
Under.
Oh!
Oh.
Paige wins again! All right. Thank you, Peter. And everyone in the chat, wish him a happy birthday. He will be here with us. He has a wonderful act, one of my favorite acts, the saxophone. So stay tuned for that. It will come at the end of our broadcast here. Thanks, Peter, and happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to you too.
Thank you. Woo! All right, so we are ready to get this show started. I'm so excited to introduce to you one of my favorite entertainers in New York City, Janine. She's got something really nostalgic to throw you right back to the 90s era. Give it up for Janine, everyone!
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. So, it's getting a little slightly warmer. It's been like in the 20s here. Did you guys enjoy the snow days that we've had?
Yes.
I really didn't, actually. The thing is in New York City, snow days just do not have the same appeal as they did when I was a kid. Especially growing up in Georgia, an inch of snow would send the state into a state of like complete panic, a standstill. It's like time would just stop. It was kind of peaceful. You got to have a breather. And then, when you wanted to check the weather forecast in the 90s, you couldn't just grab your phone, check the weather. You had to go to the Weather Channel, and sometimes you'd have to sit there and wait like 30 minutes, for your county to show up, on the screen, see if school was out. But, the sweet thing about that was we were treated to the just smoothest, most delicious jazz on the Weather Channel. I miss that. I mean, where is that today, So today, I would like to bring you back to a time where, the Weather Channel gave us just some smooth, delicious grooves. And I'd also like to tell the story of a severely unhinged woman with a very deep yearning for her local meteorologist that kind of gets taken to an extreme degree. So, yeah, let's hit the music. That really adds to the ambiance. Got my cup of morning coffee. Turn the Weather Channel on. Oh! You fell on my Doppler radar. And now my cloudy skies are gone. Just let me be your girl. You know I treat you right. Yeah, I'll keep your heat index up in the middle of the night. Yeah, I'm in love with the weatherman. Nobody in town is a bigger fan. It's a flash flood warning when it's on the air. Woo! 100% I'm gonna be Mrs. Meteorology. The pressure's building in the atmosphere. No chance of precipitation.
Not at all.
All my tears have disappeared.
Woo!
I'll meet you at the weather station. Whisper sweet nothings in your ear. I love you. Just let stormy night. Yeah, I'm in love with the weatherman. Nobody in town is a bigger fan. It's a fashion flood warning when he's on the air. 100% I'm gonna be. This is a meteorology. Pressure's building in the atmosphere. I watch you every day, but you don't know who I am. You should know it's my record low. But I'm definitely gonna kidnap you and force you to fall in love with me. You think I'm a beast? I'm not a beast. I'm a sexy human woman. Just kidding. Except for the sexy part. I'm in love with the weatherman. Nobody in town is a bigger fan. I promise I don't have a lock of your hair. 100% I'm gonna be. This is a meteorology. I may or may not be wearing your underwear. How'd those get there?
Let's give it up for Janine one more time. I'm so not thankful that I'm a meteorologist right now, but that was wonderful. All right, so we have a lot of great lineups, just like Janine for you tonight. So we're so thankful for your tune in. If you like what you see, why not donate $1, maybe $5, I don't know, maybe $200 to 917-231-1965 to the Hamburger Helpline or Venmo at 30fire. That again is at Venmo or Venmo at 30fire. And that's a 30-fire, I should add. All right, if you have my phone number, you can sell me. If you have my Instagram, you can go to my latest Instagram post and you can look up the, you can donate directly to the fundraiser there, linked on my last post. All right, so I have a little bit of a bit planned for everyone tonight. It's going to be really exciting.
Oh yeah.
First up, I would like to invite Paige Walker to the front of the stage.
Fucking shitting me.
Okay, so Miss Paige here is one of my favorite people to grab drinks with in New York City. I love her to the bottom of my heart. So tonight we're going to make sure she's really well fed. So in between acts, we're going to check in with her. And so Paige, I just have to ask you one thing, and all you have to do is repeat after me. Okay? Winston, Wallop, whistled, Wimbledon. Okay? All right, there we go. Okay, can you do that? Can you say Winston Wallace whistled Wimbledon?
Winston Wallace whistled Wimbledon.
Wow, she did great. Okay, go back to your chair. We're going to check in with Paige after she has a mandatory drink and see how that tongue twister lays out later in the show. Just one drink, and then we'll see another drink and another drink. We'll just see how that stands by. All right, so if you in the chat thought that you were immune to my trolling, you were wrong. I'm looking for my pictures here. You might be wondering why I'm wearing a fur coat tonight. I don't know if you know of any specific stereotypes of people in certain professions who wear a fur coat. You may be thinking of a pimp. And that's correct. Tonight, I am a pimp for my friends. So, there are a lot of you in the chat right now. There are a lot of you, maybe even present in this room, who are single and maybe looking to mingle. And I'm here to pick you out. So, this is the way Pimp Katie works. I'm going to show you guys a few photos and a little bit about them. And if you're interested, if you Venmo me $5 to 30-fire, then you'll get their phone number. Yeah, that's right. You'll get their phone number. So if you think this person is really cute, don't worry, I got you. But you've got to donate to the mutual aid first. So that's at 30-fire. All right, first up. we're gonna come in really strong here. So if you're a dude on the broadcast right now who is looking to date ladies, do I have a lady? Madison You see it in the chat there? Yes, that's right. She's flaming hot. Very, very attractive. I'm gonna actually up her price because she's maybe one of the hotter ones I have. $15. If you want her number, you need to donate $15. Oh, by the way, I should mention all the photos you will see tonight have not been stolen from their beautiful Instagram curated posts. They have not come from, whatever Facebook profile pictures they put on during college 10 years ago. No, this is their LinkedIn profile. This is Madison Tully's LinkedIn profile photo. And what's so good about it, if you notice, just at the cutoff point is a martini in her hand. If you would like Madison Tully's phone number, again, Venmo 30-FIRE, and I will give you her number for just $15. Little bit about Madison. We've been friends since 2018, I believe. During the pandemic, we were stranded together in which she bleached my hair. Yes, I was a Platinum California Bond. Give it up for LA. And Madison helped me go there because she personally bleached it. So she will not only bleach her hair, she also has a lot of good jokes. But more importantly, she has a father who's probably watching right now named George. And George is a very, very fun person. But more importantly, George has the ability to donate more than $15.
George.
To the mutual aid right now. I don't think anyone in this room would be mad. So there you are. There's Madison Tully. Again, if you would like Madison Tully's phone number, that is Venmo 30-5. All right, you can also Zelle me. I'll also take cash in person. All right, next up, for all my beautiful Georgia peaches that are watching right now, do I have the man for you? If you were looking to date a man, I've got him right now. And if he's not watching, I'm gonna kill him. This is Daniel Higgins. Not only is Daniel filled with a sense of humor, he's also rich. He got into Bitcoin right from the ground start. So he's rolling in stock and dough. Listen, ladies, you can have him. He's well over 5'10". I think he's actually true 5'10".
Which is enough.
Oh my god, a caller! And Daniel Higgins here has a stable job with Georgia Power. Again, stable job with Georgia Power, whose motto is hire to retire. I don't know if you can beat that, ladies. He used to own a house in Atlanta, sold it, got even richer, and then got this beautiful apartment right off the Beltline. Think about it. Taco Tuesdays, Sunday strolls. Listen, in Atlanta, you got it with Daniel. Again, Venmo 30-FIRE, $5 for his number, and I will give it to you. All right, next up, we'll go across the states to Utah. It's time for Collins Cochran. If you're noticing, I'm missing a nail there, but Collins is not only well over 6 feet tall, he's also one of the smartest people that maybe I've ever met in my life. This broadcast, if there was technical difficulties happening at the start of the show, Collins was present, that just wouldn't have happened. So, Collins is your man. If you have anything to fix, including a broken heart, he's here to fix it. He has 2 little boys who are obsessed with trains. Say less. And are ready to fill your heart if you live on the West Coast. So give it up for Collins. If you would like Collins' number, $5 to Venmo at 30-FIRE. All right, next on the list, we're gonna go all the way up to Chicago. And we are going to take the beautiful and wonderful Samuel Anthony, who's looking to date women. If you are a woman interested in Samuel Anthony, you will and live in Chicago, I will give you the number for Samuel-Anthony for $5. Venmo at 30-fire. I will say, he just moved to Chicago, so East Coast ladies, he is looking to come back home. He is looking to come back home to the East Coast. So if you would like to get Sam's number, you Venmo 30-fire. A quick few things about Sam. 2 days ago, I arrived at Chicago Midway for work. When I approached the rental car place with my paper New York license, they said, sorry, we're not going to give you a car. So I called Sam, who Ubered all the way to Chicago Midway and rented the car under his name and gave it to me so I could go to work. So, what a catch. Not only was Sam very kind and generous, he's also a triplet. So if you don't like Sam, give 2 other boys. 30-fire for Sam. He is $5 on my bill. All right, last but certainly not least, someone who is currently on a date, so watch out, there is competition. Allie She lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and if she's not watching right now and her date is doing something else to her, I'm going to marry her. Allie is not only a very successful businesswoman, she also works for Chick-fil-A. So you can get all the free chicken you want for the rest of your life. So I think you probably should consider not just Allie, but all of the coupons and chicken. So, Layla lives in Atlanta, Georgia. If you are interested in these beautiful blue eyes, I mean shockingly blue, pierce your soul blue, you Venmo 30-fire for $5 and I will give you her number. More importantly though, to describe her eyes, last Saturday she visited New York City. We were in a line for a club. And as we were approaching this line for a club, a gentleman looked over and she looked over at him and they made eye contact. Their eyes are so piercingly beautiful. He said, get in line with me. And you know what? We did not stand in line for more than 2 minutes. So, again, Allie Blaylock, 30-fire, Venmo $5, and guess what? You can get her number. All right, so that covers all of the states. Of all my single friends, and I hope all of you are watching, because I definitely didn't ask for consent for that. So, while you donate away, I will happily give away their numbers. However, in the meantime, I'm going to call up our next act, which is my favorite intern, manager of the Heartbreak Hotel,
Okay. Hi. Okay, so I feel like things are getting a little out of control nowadays. Like, kids are just nowhere near the level that they used to be. Like, I saw on the news the other day that an 8-year-old girl stole her parents' car and then drove to Target.
Queen.
And I was like, fuck, that's impressive. Like, I could barely tie my own shoes at that age, and like, I literally just figured out how to open a cheese stick. And she stole her parents' car, drove to Target, and then spent $400. Like, imagine starting the 4th grade, or like you get back from winter break, and the teacher's like, what did you do? And some kid's like, I went to my grandma's. And this little diva, I can imagine she's in the back of the classroom, you know, feet up on the desk, like, I don't know, smoking a cigarette or something. And she's like, stole a car, hit a mailbox, don't give a shit. Like, that is just so badass. Anyways, I just turned 25. Woo. And I feel like you can gauge how well you are doing in life just by the purchases that you've made. Like, I used to buy stupid things like necklaces with my zodiac sign or like sparkly lip gloss. But you know what? I know I've matured recently. You know how I know? I bought 2 down pillows. $96 each. Yeah.
Damn.
But that's just the price you pay when you want to be an adult, I guess. So every morning I make my bed, not only because I'm better than you, but also because I read it in a book somewhere. And every morning I just pound and pound and pound and pound these stupid pillows to make them look perfect, but all they do is flatten out. And like, I can only hope that my upstairs neighbor thinks that I'm like training for the ring, and my downstairs neighbor thinks I'm fucking all day. But it's become such a thing that it's getting in the way of my other adult duties. Like my boss said that that's not a valid excuse for being late to work. I don't know. But yeah. So next time I want to feel grown up, I'll get something much more practical. Like I've been eyeing this really beautiful $300 crystal wine decanter. I think that'll come in handy. But yeah, so growing up, I feel like the world is kind of a scary place right now. Personally, you know, a lot of people are concerned about where America is heading, and I'm also really concerned too. But I'm concerned about teenage girls, and mainly like little groups of them. So, like the other day I went into Zara, you know, a women's store, and I went to go make a return. So I got in line, and these 3 teenage girls jump in front of me. They like just cut the line. I'm literally standing there, and I'm like, okay. And one of them turns around and does one of these. Like expecting that I'm gonna say something, and you know, and then she turns around and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm an adult. Like I can deal with this. I'm pretty mature. So I throw my shoulders back and I go, excuse me, and they all like whip their heads around because you know I'm an adult. And so they whip their heads around, and I go, is this the line for returns? Yeah, and then so what the like leader, you know the leader, she goes, yeah. And then she turns to her friend and goes, yeah, like I'm probably gonna go see Justin tonight, but like my mom's being such a bitch, and like she doesn't know that we're dating, so I'm gonna have to sneak out. Like, okay, whatever. I'm not dealing with this. I'll just wait behind these girls. So I wait my turn, make my return, and then I walk outside and I see them there with their moms. And so I'm like, okay. I do what any mature young woman would do. I reach into my purse, I grab a condom out, and I march on over and I tap the girl on the shoulder and I go, hey girl, I think you dropped this when you were in there. Have fun with Justin tonight. And then I just turn around and walk up Broadway. So, wow, don't fuck with me. Yeah, so that's all I've got tonight.
Alright, give it up one more time. Best intern ever. Alright, so we have more to come, but first I think it's time to check in with Hamburger Hotline, Hamburger Hotline. Let's go over. Alright, Catherine, let's get an update on these donations. How many people have called in?
About 5 or so.
Run numbers.
I was able to talk to one of them. But Cindy.
Cindy,
Yeah.
great! How much did she donate?
I didn't ask.
Okay, great.
But she did it.
Send
She
money.
did it.
She's gonna
Thank
send
you so
money
much.
at 30-fire at my Venmo, or Cindy, my godmother, sell me directly, or in my father's terms, Zelly me. Officially what the boomer generation is calling Zelly. Because why would you add an E at the end of 2 L's if it wasn't to be an E? Thank you. All right. Give it up for Hamburger Helper.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm gonna check in with our Zoomer over here, and that's not the generation. That's someone who's actually following in on our chat. How many donation pledges do we have on our chat, Jordan?
we have one donation for $500. Big Daddy Pete.
Wow!
Yeah!
Big Daddy Pete, we have two Peters here. Who could it be? Oh wow. Okay, well, Cindy, Big Daddy Pete, I checked my Venmo. We're up in numbers, so keep those donations coming. Again, if you would like to donate, 917
That's a man.
231 1965. But more importantly, you can just Venmo me directly at 30-fire. If you haven't figured that out, I'm turning 35, and that's a pun. So 30-fire. All right. Next up, we have a really great act, but before that, but before we do that, I have come up with 35 tips in my 35 years of living. So, welcome to Katie's 35 pragmatic tips for living. First one, actually floss every day. Prevent cavities. I one time went 4 years without flossing, and I got 13 cavities. So, actually floss every day. And something that the dentist will tell you, and this is the real tip, is you can reverse cavities. No one will tell you that, but you can reverse cavities, so floss. Okay, that's number one. Don't worry, I'm not going to go all the way to 35. Number two, if you are on a dating app, if you are asking anyone out that is a stranger to you, always ask their last name. And if they won't give you their last name, don't go out with them. That's actually a tip I got from Michelle, the lawyer, who I'm sure is watching. Check it out. Michelle gave it to me as a safety tip, but it actually turned out to be a really great vet for decent personalities and mental health checks. So if you're going to meet someone from the internet, always ask the last name. Number three, in a situation where you are looking for housing in a new city, first off, get a house, just make it work, and spend 6 weeks just looking at all the neighborhoods and find one that just fits your personality and what you want to do with your life every single day. For me, I always love to live above a bar where the bartenders have been there like 20 plus years. For you, it may be that you need to live above a laundry unit because you don't have laundry in your unit, and you're never going to do laundry if you don't live above directly a laundry unit. For some other people, it may be that they need to live, you know, above a funeral home where really loud parades happen at 9 a.m. Shout out to us. All right. Okay, so that's number three. Number 4 tip is anytime anyone ever asks you to go on vacation, the answer is always yes. You will never regret it. I have spent so much time traveling alone, and I've always been like, oh, that was such a great memory. If only I had someone to share it with. Anytime any of my friends had said, hey, let's go to Portugal, or hey, you want to go to Mexico City? I've always said yes, and I've never regretted it, even if it sent me into a little bit of debt. So I highly recommend that there are some things in this life to go into debt for. You remember COVID? Well, I took all my friends to New Orleans, and we did a big Mardi Gras, and then guess what happened 2 weeks later? COVID. And did anyone regret that? Absolutely not. And you know who was on the trip? Allie, who is still up for auction. If you would like to donate to Venmo at 30-fire for her number, she is currently on a date and could be taken by the end of the show.
I have her location.
We have her location. What is it? What's her location?
Let's find out.
Is it her house?
I don't know.
I bet it's not. Because if it was her house, she would be in the chat probably very upset with me. But she's not watching, so therefore, the
She's
date
at
is probably
Superior.
going terribly. She's at where?
Superior.
Okay, terrible. She's in a taco place that's really upscale off the Beltline in Atlanta. No one likes where this is going. So go ahead and get in early. I will promise you I'll look her over. No, we don't like him. Okay. All right. So that was number 4. Okay, so number 5, the tip for living. Yes, this is just a tip for living. I'm more superior than all of you. I'm 35 now. Like, you don't get it. I have 35 years of this life. So one other thing I would say that is a tip for living is look for healthcare. If you live in America, get a job that provides healthcare. Currently do not have one and have actually never had one. Really highly recommend because I hate to say it, but Luigi maybe had a point. Healthcare is kind of expensive. So if you have a job with healthcare, just make sure it pays an exorbitant amount of money on top of what you would expect a normal salary to be, so that when you deposit your insurance to your doctor, you still have $30,000 laying around for that one little procedure you had. So what I'm trying to say is, really get an EU passport if you can. Anyone here who is watching or on the chat that has an EU passport, like, yes, I will marry you tomorrow, because as you know, this is not going well here, and I'm really freaking out. So this is my official proposal. So I think that leads us to 6, and that kind of feels like 35. So, and I think that's what it's like to be a millennial, is you're like kind of going up, and you're like, yes, 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 I'm almost buying a house, and then suddenly a house is so out of reach that 35 million is not 35,000, is it what it used to be? So we're gonna stop at 6, because what's the point of having a savings account if I'm a millennial, right? Alright, so next up we have 2 of my favorite people who I refused to say how I was going to introduce them. So first up in this beautiful duo, oh wait, hold on, I should say, if you're a nerd and you're watching and you love Dungeons and Dragons, you're going to love this bit, and that is Bobby Gonzalez from, yes, the Brothers Garcia, tragically traumatized Nickelodeon star, and Peter, my future stepson. Yes, I'm going to marry his dad. Now that I'm 35, it's not weird if I married someone in their 60s. All right, it's time for Peter and Bobby's D&D.
What's going on? Does this mic actually do anything?
No, it doesn't.
No,
It's
it
all
does
fake.
not.
You don't
Okay.
need it.
Put the mic
Flat,
down.
make flat. Make flat.
Flat. Make flat.
Flat, make flat.
Make flat.
Flat. Alright.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Give it up for the other acts.
Give it up.
Digitally. Let me see some claps in the chat. Claps in the chat.
Good, good.
Yeah, that was good. It didn't
I
need to
liked
be
it.
didn't need to be a full chant.
No, it didn't.
All right, so we are, as Katie said, you know, a lot of bad things happened with the fires in LA. One of them was that a lot of people lost a lot of power. It's a good idea, cut off your power and gas if everything's going to explode. That's controversial. But we know what you don't need any power for? Your imagination.
This don't need energy.
No, it doesn't. And D&D is a game that depends entirely on your imagination.
Theater of the mind.
Theater of the mind.
That's what
And
they
so
say.
we decided we're going to help you create a character, but not just any character.
No.
We're going to create the perfect firefighter.
And what you can do in Dungeons and Dragons, you can basically make any kind of character that you want, and that's what we chose. We felt it was thematically appropriate.
Yeah.
Also, who doesn't love a good firefighter? We all love firefighters.
Uncontroversial. Yeah.
Uncontroversial.
What did they do wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No one says a calf. So,
No, I've never heard that.
no.
Just now. This you said
It was really good. We should protest.
I guess it actually would have been a fad.
Yeah.
People say a fad, but for a very different reason. All right, so when you're building a character, you got to start at the base levels. Like, what's your style? Are you sneaky? Do you want to, be a wizard?
Do you want to have magic, sling spells?
Which I feel like magic for a firefighter is probably the best choice.
It probably would be, because you got like your ice spells, and then you can
Yeah.
like cool things down.
Yeah.
It helps you fight fires.
Unfortunately,
Teleport people.
there is.
You can wish.
You
You
can
can
wish,
wish.
you can make wishes.
To make the
Yeah.
fire go away.
Unfortunately, there is a class called fighter.
Yeah.
And so we kind of had to choose.
It's in the name.
That.
Isn't
It's in the
it?
name.
It's in the name.
So.
But we're making a fighter, but the class
fighter.
is fighter. One of the first things you got to do, you got to choose your traits.
Yeah. What are your skills? What are you good at? And you think with a firefighter, acrobatics,
Athletics.
bravery, the ability to survive in the woods.
Bravery isn't one of them.
We should have chosen what bravery is not
No,
one
it's
of
not
them.
one of them. No.
Bravery is not one.
Bravery is not one of them. There's persuasion.
Okay. Well, you can't persuade a fire.
No,
Can't
no,
persuade a fire.
famously.
Capricious.
Yeah.
But we care about all the displaced animals.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going with animal handling,
Animal handling.
which is an actual skill.
Yeah.
And they decided that was that important. You need to handle animals in D&D a lot. So apparently, we're going with that secondary skill.
Survive.
Survive.
It's got to be survival. You got to survive the fire, or you can't fight the fire.
So what is our fighter's like stance gonna be? Like, what's our fighter style? Because you can pick. What are
Yeah,
the ones you can
that's
pick?
important. So there's single weapon fighting.
Okay.
There is 2 weapon fighting. I'm sorry, I said single weapon. I meant great weapon fighting.
Okay.
2 weapon fighting.
Yeah.
There's defense.
Defense is probably the way.
It is a good one. But there's also archery. And I think, with the hose, and you gotta shoot the hose.
Get that
That's
ranged
where my
attack
mind
bonus.
is. You get
Yeah.
that range attack
Yeah,
bonus.
okay.
So I
Throw
think
that in there.
archery. And then of course you can also choose, what kind of weapon are you a master of?
This one's pretty easy.
I mean, it's pretty easy. Everyone else-
Firefighter.
They got an axe.
Yeah, get that axe.
The axe is named after
Yeah.
fireman's axe.
It's in there.
It's in there. It's right there. It's in there. It's in there. So we're moving along, and we got so important background. You got to build out not just what they can do, but who are they?
Yeah, and part before you get to your background, you got to think about now in Dungeons and Dragons. You got to choose your race.
That is later, but sure. Yeah, we
No,
can
we're
do it now.
doing it. Oh, am I going out of order?
You're going out of
jump
order.
in at any time, Bobby. Don't even worry about
Where should I
it.
jump in?
Jump in now. Go
Right
ahead.
now. Okay,
No,
all
it's
right,
fine.
so-
No, it's totally fine. No, go ahead.
There's no reason to do that.
No,
We
it's
talked
fine.
about this
There's
before. That
we
there's
can-
no reason for
it's
you to
fine.
do this. Okay.
It's fine.
All right, great. So background. It's so important. And one of the things that you have to do with background is what's your what kind of background is what I was saying. And your lore.
Still
And so
controversial.
We have nobles.
Yeah,
we
nobles.
have wretches.
Criminals. This one is pretty
But it's so
straightforward.
easy. And
Folk
we-
hero.
Folk hero.
Folk hero.
It's got to be.
That's
Every firefighter
option.
is a
It's in
folk
there.
hero. People sing songs about firefighters. I don't know.
But
any-
nobody's
they do.
perfect.
No.
And one of the beautiful things about Dungeons and Dragons is that it can help you flesh out the full character. And there's even like a mechanism to give your character flaws.
Yep.
And so the way it works is you roll a 6-sided die
D6.
and
That's what they call it.
yeah, they call it the D6.
Because it's got 6 sides.
And then there are 6 different parts of your, personality that can be a flaw. So let's
We're gonna do
let's
that.
do it live.
Real
We're doing it
time,
live.
real
We're doing it
time,
live. What
real
we got?
we got a
We get
6.
Which is I have trouble trusting my allies.
That's
really bad.
That's rough.
That's a
rough
bad one for a firefighter.
Yeah,
That's a pretty big flaw. Yeah,
Not
I
good.
was worried about getting number 1, which is the tyrant who rules my land will stop at nothing to see me killed.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good.
That makes it
Actually,
hard
I
to
feel like
find
actually
others.
this one might be
It's gonna be
worse.
worse. You got no one to trust.
I didn't know. I legitimately didn't know that.
That you roll the die with
Okay.
D&D.
So now, since I'm such a fucking idiot, I guess we'll do the race.
I didn't say it.
I know.
It's not race anymore. They took that out. It's too controversial. It's species now.
It's called species.
It's almost worse. It's worse.
But the race, well, whatever. The species.
Species.
Human, classic.
Of course, we all know that
Yeah,
one.
halfling, which is like a copyright safe hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't get in trouble with the Tolkien estate.
And then dwarf,
Dwarfs.
short queen with a beard.
Short king with a beard. Love it.
Queen,
Queen.
gender neutral, queen.
Oh,
queen.
that's my fault.
Yeah,
That
because
was-
lady dwarves do be having beards.
yeah.
They do.
Didn't know
I think
that.
sometimes.
What?
They
What?
can. They
I
can.
mean, of course they can shave it.
I
It's
love
a
a
choice.
beard.
It's a
Whatever
choice.
gender affirming option.
But that's not what we
went.
went. That's not what we went with. We went with, of course, the elf.
Because they're sexy.
Sexy. That's not what I. Okay, that's not where I was going.
That's
Yeah, they're immortal.
Long legs.
Long-lived.
Sure. That's
Yeah.
true.
And also, and more important is
He
because
was
we have a
prepared.
fighter, and fighters aren't inherently magic, but elves are inherently magic.
Inherently magical.
So
So
we
we
get-
can get a little bit of that.
We get a
A
spell.
little bit of that.
We sure do. And so one of the things that we get as being a wood elf is we get this lovely spell named
Super important.
Prestidigitation.
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 Well, it's like it's like sleight of hand. You're very good.
It's a-
It's important to be
it's- it's-
dexterous
it's
as
a
a
hand.
firefighter.
It's
Yeah,
a hand that
it's-
you can
and it's called
use.
prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. Why are you saying it weird?
You're saying it wrong. I'm
No,
not
you're saying it. You're saying it weird. Do
Prestidigitation.
you see how it's like
Okay,
staccato
I'll
when you
show
say it?
you.
It doesn't
No,
roll
it's-
off the tongue.
Is this an emphasis thing?
No, it's prestidigitation.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No, dude, it's prestidigitation.
You're saying it's when you say it.
I'm not wrong.
You're,
Guys, it's a made up word.
when you're saying
It's
it,
not a made up word. It's a real word.
It's a real word.
It means
Prestidigitation.
sleight of hand.
But how do you say the mutual aid we're
Prestidigitation.
donating to?
None of
How
that-
do you say that?
Recidivism.
Recidivism, thank you.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, so donate to the, what are we are
Also known as
donating
ledger
to?
demand.
30 fire.
Yes,
That's
Venmo.
something.
Dash fire.
30 dash
Venmo,
fire.
Don't forget it.
And who are we donating to?
Firefighters.
Donating
The
to
new
the recidivism.
Recidivism. Coalition.
Coalition.
So we were trying to help these young firefighters
Digit
get
like
money.
hands. Press the
We're moving on. We're moving on. Okay, so we have one spell that we can also pick, and we felt like the only thing that you could possibly do, because you got to fight fires, you got to find some way to cool down the fire, and that is, of course, Ray of Frost.
Yeah. So we're going with Ice Ray, and
Ray
we're
of
gonna
Frost.
just keep. Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not doing this. It's Ray of Frost.
Ice Ray of Frost.
Did you say that before?
What did I say?
You said Ray of Frost. No,
Which
no,
is what it is.
no, you got me. No, but you didn't. It's not what it is.
I-
It's. Wait, what did you say?
Ice Ray of Frost.
Ray
No,
of
no, 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 it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, so languages. Everyone knows common. It's
Yeah.
essentially
Yeah.
English.
There's
That's
different
basically what it
languages.
is.
That feels
Indeed.
offensive.
Common is what it is.
Yeah.
And so obviously you get to choose two languages.
Because you're an elf.
One of which is Draconic, is what we went with,
It's
obviously.
the language of dragons.
Language of dragons,
And
the
imagine
language
if you're a
of fire.
firefighter, a dragon shows up.
Yeah. Oh,
you
and
want to be
know
able
what?
to talk that
I will
dragon
say
down.
persuasion would probably be good for that because in that case you actually could persuade the fire
Good point.
and tell the dragon to
Yeah.
stop. You know what I found out recently? So Smaug from The Hobbit is
Not from Lord of the Rings. From Lord of the Rings, not from D&D.
not from D&D, but
Yeah.
from The Hobbit. So it's a dragon. He lives in a mountain of gold, sleeps in gold, and they actually they tracked the amount of money that he had, and they said if he existed in our world, he would be the 15th richest American. That means there are 14 Americans richer than a literal dragon in a mountain of gold.
Hiding a mountain of gold. It's literally a mountain of gold.
It's literally a
It's a
mountain of
mountain
gold.
full of gold.
Mountain full of gold.
Okay, so Middle Earth isn't that. All right, hear me out. Middle Earth isn't that big,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And
It's
so-
essentially it's Britain.
Right, exactly. So you have a mountain full of gold, a pile of gold
Yeah,
the
here
size
we
of a mountain that Smaug is guarding.
Yes.
So if we kill Smaug,
Smaug.
as we do in the story,
Mhm.
well then we have all of this unfettered access to a mountain-sized pile of gold.
Well, no,
Yes.
the dwarves have access to the gold.
Okay, well let's say the dwarves want to share it. All right, still we
The
have
dwarves
a
wouldn't
mountain.
share the gold.
All right, what I'm getting at is you have a mountain of gold
Okay.
in an area the size of England.
Heard?
Gold is no longer valuable
Why?
because you have a mountain of it.
Yeah.
Scarcity creates value.
They're still scarce because the dwarves have it.
No, but all right, but no, but still
You think the
everybody
dwarves
knows
are
there's a
handing it
whole-
out to everything? That
Okay,
goes completely
but right,
against
but
what
the
dwarves
economy,
do.
they
They're
trade
not
gold.
just giving it to everybody else.
Okay, the thing, all right, sorry. They trade gold in the economy, like that's their currency?
Yes, that's the currency.
Okay, so once Smaug is gone,
Uh-huh.
then you have a mountain that's no longer valuable. The
No,
whole economy
wrong.
collapses.
No, that's not.
You're
right.
making, what I'm saying, you're making an argument for authoritarianism. You're saying that
That's-
Smaug
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
should
whoa, okay, that
no,
is
yes
big
you
there.
are.
I don't
Yes you
understand
are,
why
because
everything
Smaug
authoritarianism-
is suppressing, there will be so much inflation. You're saying that
Are you
Smaug...
pro-dragon? Is it what you're saying?
You're
Yes.
pro-dragon.
How would I be pro-dragon?
You're pro-dragon because if the economy would entirely collapse once Smaug is gone, the whole mountain of gold
That is
gets
an
spread
absolutely
everywhere.
ridiculous thing for you to say. What I'm saying is I'm pro-dwarf, that the dwarves should decide what they do with their
Then
gold.
the dwarf,
Then
then the
dwarf
dwarf
dragon.
is just the new Smaug.
That's not what it is at all. How are you possibly even getting there?
You're saying you need someone choking the supply of the gold in order for the
I'm not
whole
doing this. I'm
economy
not
to
doing.
work?
I'm not doing. I'm not doing this
That's-
with you. I'm not
this
doing
is-
this with you. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done. I'm
alright.
done.
So it seems like we have a little bit of a value set difference here.
Sorry, guys.
You know, in Love is
I'm sorry.
Blind, they often say that the biggest thing
Love is blind.
the biggest thing that connects people is the same value set, and interest and common things you like to do in life are just different. But if as long as you have a value set that's the same, that's alright. And I think what we learned here is maybe Peter and Bobby don't have the same value set. So maybe it's time to bid their companionship, situationship, some would say, adieu. Alright, so with that being said, I'm going to move this back for a second. And Peter went to
He's in
the
the bathroom.
Amazing. Right. He went to the bathroom. Okay, so that's when I'm gonna come to the chat. And I'm just gonna pick a random person that's posted in the chat recently that would like to be roasted. So if you're one of my friends that I know personally and you just want to be roasted, I will pick you in the chat and I will say it. You don't have to follow me. I'll be back in a second. Oh look, it's Madison. We already roasted her, so we'll do that. All right, let's see who else is here. Oh look, it's Liz. Okay, so roasted in the chat because she's here behind the camera. Fire, 30 fire. All right, Peter is back, and so guess what? Peter worked at a New York Times recognized top, what was it, 50? Top 10?
50.
Top 50, top 10 restaurants in America you should try. And not only was he one of the founding members of this restaurant, he also invented every beverage you saw on that menu. And what I'd love to say about Peter is he's always invented all of my favorite drinks. We met because he was my bartender. So what I would like to introduce now is how to make a drink with common goods in your refrigerator with Peter. Everybody give it up for Peter!
Hey everybody, how you doing? So Katie asked me to prepare a few drinks, and on the way over she said, "Don't worry, I've got everything." And so we're gonna find out what everything means. So right now we have some Tokyo Nights gin, which I would say generally distilled spirits from Tokyo operate at a pretty high level. So let's find out what we're working with here. Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah,
That's fabulous.
it was $35 at my local liquor store.
And then on the other hand,
But
we
that
have-
liquor store is in Chinatown, so maybe not everyone can get it, but highly recommend.
So and then we also have Jose Cuervo Devil's Reserve, off to a strong start.
I bought it because it was the cheapest tequila available.
Yeah.
Little
That's
did I
a
know.
shocker. Yeah, a tequila with natural flavors.
It has a lot of spice to it.
Yeah.
It's basically like buying the marshmallow schnapps that you would drink in college.
And so, what we're gonna do is we're gonna integrate some microplastics with one of these here cups, and alright, obviously, a good cocktail, generally speaking, you want about 2 ounces of liquor, maybe 3/4 ounce of sweetener, and then another 3/4 to 1 ounce of citrus. That's like a basic starting point. We don't have any of those. We have Vita Rain Zero, the Kirkland signature off-brand version. And again, she said she has everything. Let's find out what everything is. We have orange juice and Diet Coke. So
What every white woman needs.
I think we're not. Sometimes you can split a spirit base. I have literally never seen gin and tequila combined. So let's do it. I'm gonna bust out some ice, folks. We're doing this live. So let's. Katie, what do you think? What are you in the mood for? Give me a schmood.
A birthday drink.
A birthday drink. Excellent. So we're gonna start with. We're gonna just bring a little bit of funk to the table. We're gonna aim for a half an ounce of Jose Cuervo. And we're gonna dump that in there. And then we're going to again add gin to tequila. Because she has everything. And so
This
let's
is what
do
we in
that.
the South call a toilet bowl.
That's bad. I didn't know that. So, because, like I said, normally you're aiming for like an ounce of citrus. This is a nightmare. So, we're going to add a full 2 ounces of orange juice. And then I have genuinely no idea what this is going to do. So, we're just going to fuck it. Just get, blah, blah, blah. And you want it sparkling? Sparkling? Let's do it sparkling. Let's see what we got.
Wow, I bet this is delicious. You should drink it all right now.
Fuck.
Alright!
Hey, the audience has a question.
It was really good.
Okay.
What about proportions and things?
Oh
So-
yes, we will put this, if you donate $10 right now in my Venmo, I will give you the exact recipe for that cocktail. Again, Venmo is 30 higher. It was good.
Wait.
It was actually good. I'm not surprised because of course everything I would have in my fridge is delicious. Alright, so next up, if we have another birthday person. Peter!
All right, give us
Yeah.
saxophone.
Shucks, Katie and her birthday over here too.
Woo! 30 fire, baby!
Yeah.
Okay, it's from
Thanks for those donations for coming in. Come on.
Yeah, listen, I took a picture of it.
There we go.
Making sure.
We got it.
That's a great job.
Hot dog. Can you send me that so I can manipulate it?
No, that's
deep.
I got to go back to it.
Yeah, do you know what you said?
Oh, socks for you guys.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
There we go.
Woo!
Should keep going. Give maybe some. Give some sex.
Do you want me to
Just
do
do
it?
it because we have 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
We got 2.5 minutes to fill. We got it.
Alright, you can
We'll
do
fill
it.
it in. I was gonna stop and give you guys a little bit of sex advice. Too.
Yeah, give it to
I need a
us!
little bit of background though. You can't just give sex advice without a little bit of jazz in the background. Yeah, a little bit. Alright, so the first one we're gonna give you guys. So remember guys, if you don't want babies, wrap that shit. You will have to go to another country to take care of that right now. Okay guys, socks aren't sexy. Make sure you finish stripping. Don't half-ass that shit. Okay, make sure you put your phone into a sexy sleep mode before you have a little bit. You don't need to text your mom before you finish.
Woo, true! Very
Hot take. You don't need a hot coffee with a dick donut. Things that still can get you pregnant. 1, hot tub sex. 2, the woman on top. 3, the woman on top in a hot tub.
Alright, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Say goodbye. Venmo. You can also still call the Hamburger Hotline. It's 24/7. Call. We still live? Oh yeah.
But it's fine.
At 8 p.m. It's still live.
Talking to yourself.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Oh, you do this for
It's 8:23.